Hi, this is Gavin Stone from Authentic Human, and today we're actually going to take a break from the cooking and I'm going to give you some tips on the different types of cookware that you can use, what kinds of cookware to avoid at all costs, how to choose different types of cookware for different types of cooking applications, how to keep it clean, looking brand new, how to season it, and all the tips and tricks that you're going to need to get the best cooking experience possible. So first of all, let's get the bad stuff out of the way. The types of cookware you really want to avoid is anything that has got a coating on it. Specifically, these non-stick coatings like Teflon are very, very bad. They chip and they flake off. They leach off into your food, and also at high temperatures they emit toxic gases. All that stuff is extremely bad for you as well as the environment. Another really bad type of cookware is the aluminum cookware. That has been linked to Alzheimer's, and it is not a non-reactive type of cookware. When you cook food in it, you heat the temperature up, the aluminum leaches off into your food, and long-time exposure to that can lead to a lot of health problems. So you want to try and avoid that, as well as all of the Teflon or non-stick coated cookware as much as you possibly can. So let's take a look at cookware that is non-reactive and is safe to use. We're going to start off here on the right with our trusty stock pot. You guys have seen me using this before to make our bone broth. This is stainless steel. The downside with stainless steel is that it's a very good conductor of heat. So if you're trying to cook in high heat applications, wherever you've got the pan or the pot on the burner, that the heat is going to transfer directly from there through into your food. So it's not going to distribute the heat very evenly, and you can burn your food. So it's really good in applications where you're going to be cooking on a low heat, like when we make bone broth. So that's why I have the nice stainless steel stock pot for that. And we've got, like I said, different types of pots are better for different applications. So next along in our lineup of pots and pans, we have got the Dabaya crepe pan. This is blue steel, so it is not coated or anything like that. It is perfect for making fried eggs and for making omelets or crepes if you want to make crepes. But this is my go-to pan for fried eggs. What you need to do with this, as well as with any of the cast iron pans, is you have to season it first. So that entails rubbing it with oil, putting it in a high temperature oven for 30 minutes to an hour and letting it cool down. And what happens there is the oil basically fills up any of the pits or little pores in the surface and smooths it out, giving you a much more non-stick finish. It also prevents it from rusting. The important thing to remember though is that these can still rust. This and cast iron are going to oxidize if you leave it in standing water, and you're going to end up with a lot of problems. So it does take a little bit of additional care. What you need to do when you finish using it is rub it with a little bit of olive oil, spray it with a little bit of coconut oil, just rub it down with a paper towel, and you're going to be good to go. You just put it back in the cupboard and you'll get many, many years of excellent use out of these pans. So another tip with the blue steel or the cast iron pans to make sure that they're as non-stick as possible is to heat them up properly before you put any food in. So put them on the burner or on the stove, make sure the temperature comes up to the desired temperature that you're going to cook at, then add the oil, and then put in your food, your meat, your eggs, whatever it is. What that does is it allows any of the little pits and pores in the metal to close up with that heat. The heat is going to expand the metal, closes up those pores first before you put the oil in. If you put the oil in when the pan's still cold, oil goes into those pits and pores and doesn't allow them to close up as well as if you do it on a dry pan. So then it's heat up the pan, oil, put the food in, and the trick there is when you put the food in, don't muck about with it. Leave it until it's cooked on the first side. Then once it's caramelized, then you can flip it or do it whatever you want with it, and it's going to come off a lot easier than if you put it in and jiggle it about and keep checking on it. So next up is our extremely heavy and trusty cast iron skillet. This one is got enamel coating on the outside, but the inside surface is the cast iron, and similar to the blue steel crepe pan, this is a surface that needs to be seasoned before you use it. Again, you take olive oil or coconut oil, whatever your favorite oil is, you rub it liberally on the inside, stick it in your oven, preheated oven at 350, 400 degrees, put it in there for an hour or so, and you're going to come out with a very nice, very dark, very non-stick surface. Again, the trick here is heat up your pan before you put the oil in, and once you put the food in, don't muck about with it, leave it till the first side is seared properly, caramelized, and then flip it, and it's going to be as non-stick as any Teflon pan that you can get out there, and it's not going to be harmful to you either. So this is another one of my favorites. This is an enamel coated Saute Pan. It's quite deep. It gives you a nice flat surface on the bottom. It's enamel coated on the inside and outside. It is quite non-stick. This you've probably seen me use before when we've done chicken livers and things like that. Very nice for sauteing stuff, and it distributes the heat very nice and evenly because of the thick cast iron base, and then the enamel on it means that you don't have to go and season it first. Next one on the list is my absolute favorite, which is the Dutch oven. You guys have probably seen this in just about every video that I've shot. Again, enameled on the outside and on the inside. This allows you to take it from the stovetop into the oven. You don't have any plastic handles or anything like that. It's going to be really nice and non-stick. Again, just heat it up first. Any of this cookware, always make sure you heat it up first before you put any of the food into it. So moving on to the ceramic cookware. This is Extrema cookware from Ceramicor. It is solid ceramic. There is no metal or anything else in here. It's very, very light, as opposed to the cast iron cookware, which is extremely heavy. This you can take and move around very, very easily. It also distributes heat very evenly, very much so like the cast iron, and it is also non-stick surface. It doesn't scratch, it doesn't chip, it doesn't stain, and the difference with this is you can go and put it, you can take it straight from the stove, put it in the dishwasher, you can take it straight from the stove and put it in the fridge. Very good with the temperature ranges. You can either wash it in the sink, like I said, or put it in the dishwasher safe. The things you have to look out for with these is that the pots are going to get very, very hot. So make sure you use one of these silicone sleeves that come with the ceramic cookware whenever you're lifting it in and out of the oven, or on the Saute Pan. It just fits over the sleeve like that. They come in a variety of different sizes, from small little ones like that, nice medium-sized ones that you can use for your pasta, and you guys have probably seen me using the big wok a few times. This I use a lot for making my country-style omelets and just about anything else, sauteing vegetables, potatoes. Very, very multi-purpose pan, this one over here. Another nice thing with these ceramic pots is that they're very presentable. You can take it straight from the stovetop, put it on your dinner table. So this has been a sampling of the cookware that I like to use on a regular basis. It's not the cheapest cookware that's out there, and that's probably a good thing. The cheap cookware that's out there is usually going to have some kind of weird coating on it, or is going to leach some stuff into your food which you really don't want. But it's also not the most expensive. You get some high-end cookware out there like Le Creuset, that you could spend several $100s on. This is kind of your middle of the range cookware that is going to get you by. You really want to think of this kind of cookware as an investment. You're investing in your health, basically. And it's also the type of cookware that is going to last you a very long time. It's going to last you your entire lifetime, and it's actually stuff that you can hand on to your children. And you often find skillets that have done just that. They've been handed down from generation to generation. Skillets and cast iron only get better with age. They get more and more non-stick as those pits in the metal get less and less. So take good care of your cookware. The way that I've explained to you, I've given you some tips. There's lots of more information online, and it really becomes a fun exercise once you've got all the right cookware and you want to get into the kitchen. So hopefully this tutorial or this tips and tricks video has given you guys a few pointers, what to use, what not to use, how to make your cooking experience more enjoyable, and I hope you guys have that much more fun in the kitchen. So this has been Gavin Stone from Authentic Human. You can catch me on authentic-human.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @GavinStone. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and it gives you a lot more enjoyment in the kitchen. And until next week, take care.